Hello to anybody watching, either live or after the fact, once this stream has gone out. So today, another stream off the cuff, as ever with these, apologies, I never give too much notice when I'm doing them, but that's the way it is. So we are going to be talking about Doctor Who Adventures magazine today, the iconic Doctor Who magazine for kids from back in the day. Was first released in 2006, I believe, around about the start of Series 2, and it lasted until 2014, I think. I want to say, around about the time of Series 8, or just after Series 8, and sadly died a death. But it was a big part of a lot of our childhoods, people my age. And so, I was kind of just getting a bit nostalgic about the magazine the other day and wanted to do something about it on YouTube. And what better thing to do than a live stream based around the past issues? And I thought I could maybe rank the covers of the issues as well. A lot of the covers were always really great. But maybe just to sort of separate the really great ones from the not so great, because I suppose occasionally you would get a slightly weird composite or a weird image used. But if you're watching this live, please make yourself known in the chat, and please do let me know your nostalgic memories of Doctor Who Adventures magazine as we go through this. If indeed you are of the right age to remember this from when these issues went out originally. Because it is a sort of generational thing. Not everybody will sort of even know what this is. Probably there might be people watching this that don't even have a clue what Doctor Who Adventures magazine is, because it was sort of 15, 16 years ago now that it launched, in fairness. Before we get going, just to give people a chance to sort of join as well, I want to take a look at, if we can just pull it up, some Big Finish news that's just come out. Where am I to find it? I saw it on Twitter first. It's to do with the next unit box set. So hot off the press, the next unit set, Unit Nemesis, the second set out of 4, I believe, that they're doing in this little mini series, has the return of is it Quarks? Quarks, I think is how you say it, isn't it? I don't know. I haven't watched the story. It's the Dominator, isn't it, from the Patrick Troughton era that they first appeared in, and you can see one there on the cover, on the right hand side, along with the whole other cast of characters that's in this. They're now bringing in Brigadier Bambera, of course, who's got her own series, so it's all crossing over. You can sort of see how all these strands are going to work. I thought we'd just take a quick look at this because I haven't sort of had the chance to look at it yet. Fresh from her appearance alongside the 13th Doctor in Doctor Who Flux, Unit Chief Kate Stewart returns with her regular team of Osgood and Josh Carter in 4 new explosive stories. Harry Sullivan's in it, played by Christopher Naylor, a different actor this time around. Naomi Cross as Eleanor Crooks, as Naomi Cross, the sort of new 4th Doctor companion, I believe, that's cropping up in the 4th Doctor series, but also in this, and in a weird order. Angela Bruce as Brigadier Winifred Bambera, and then the Quarks, if that's how you say them. And it's got the 11 in it as well, obviously, who's a villain in this miniseries. 4 stories: Man from Gallifrey, Power of the Dominators, The War Factory, and 10 Minutes in Hell. So when's that one going to come out? Agents of the Vulperne is the title, isn't it? This one here. Okay, so it's in March. It's not too long away. Because, like I say, there are four stories in this little series, I think. Obviously, we've had the first one already around about the time that Kate came back on TV, actually. Then that one's going to be out in March. Nemesis 3 in November. Okay, so that's going to be around about the time of the Centenary special, which obviously Kate is probably going to be in a unit as well. So that's going to tie in quite nicely. And then I'm assuming this 4th box set will be March next year. Yeah, there we go. So sort of every 6 months or so. Yes, that's that. Nothing to do with the subject of the video at all. But I thought I'd just mention it. Also, something else I thought I'd just mention as well, while I can. I am on Patreon. In fact, that's not something I meant to see. That's a private post. Let me go on to the public view of it. Yeah, very recently just thought I'd make a Patreon page. And it's got 5 people already. So that's very nice. 5 more than I was expecting to get. Yeah, I had no clue how this would go down, really. But it seems there are people out there that want to give me a bit of money each month, which is nice. So if you'd like to join the Patreon, the link is in the description. And yeah, it just helps out the channel, basically. It's only $1.50 a month. I might add other tiers as we go later down the line. But yeah, just if you want to give a little something my way, I mean, no obligation, obviously, but if you are in that position and it's your thing and you want to do it, it is there. And of course, if anyone becomes a patron of the channel during this stream live, I will of course give you a little shout out or whatever. And I will also give out a shout out to my 5 patrons so far. If I can just find them. If I probably do it on a different screen, actually. Oh, there's the stream. There's the tier list, which we'll be moving on to in just a minute. Yeah, my 5 patrons so far. We have got Hugh Burke, TARDIS Ollie, Will Be Fat, Robert Shippey, and Lauren Coates so far. Massive thanks to those 5 people for becoming patrons. It's only been up for about 24 hours or so yeah, really nice, pleasant surprise that people actually want to sign up for this, and people from the UK and people from the US as well, which is mad to think that there are people in the US who will do this. So yeah, if that's your thing, please do check it out. Every little helps. But yeah, onto the tier list then. Onto the tier list. Onto the chat as well, just very quickly as well. I have tried to set up the chat on the screen, and it looks like it is working. We've got some messages coming up, which is good. We have got in the chat Sam Fowler. Hello, Sam Fowler. Hello, 2 Million Like Head. The Theory of Science. Hello, and Cyberman Alf. Hello. The Return of the Quarks is some stellar news. Yeah, I agree. Even though I haven't watched the story. Yeah, it's one of those weird little 60s monsters that you wouldn't have thought would be back, but hey, they are. 2 Million Like Head has also got a Weeping Angel backpack with one of these bad boys. Sadly, it is in landfill somewhere. Do you mean with Doctor Adventures issues in it? That's sad if so. I know you said on Twitter, I think, that your biggest regret is getting rid of a load of your Doctor Adventures magazines. I personally still have all of mine. Though I only started collecting them from issue 56 onwards, and issue 56 actually is the thing that got me into the show. Yeah, that's what we have to thank for all of this. The thing that's responsible for my obsession with Doctor Who. Yeah, it came out just before Series 4, and then it was sort of perfectly timed because I was able to watch the new series on TV. So it's not what we'll be covering today, because we'll just be covering the first 50 issues, the first 50 covers today, which of course I didn't buy in the shops, I don't own. So this will be interesting as well, because I'm not as familiar with these covers as the later ones. Sam Fowler is going to Forbidden Planet for the first time this weekend. Lucky you. Lucky you. Hopefully you find some good stuff. Which Forbidden Planet, if you want to disclose, let us know which one you're heading to, because I know it can be a bit hit and miss across the country at the moment. Some of them are better than others in terms of what they have. Hello, in the chat we have Doctor Adventures, the channel, of course. Give a shout out to you guys. Yeah, I should have clarified. Well, we're not talking about Doctor Adventures, the channel today, which other people might have heard of. You might have heard of that actually more than the magazine itself if you're a newer fan. Yeah, but do go and check out their channel by the same name. But no, we are talking about the magazine today. Two different things, but with the same name. Forbidden Planet Nottingham. Okay, yeah. That used to be my local back in the day, my childhood. I don't know if they still have much stuff, sadly. But fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed. I know that they certainly used to have more than they do currently. But we have got 23 or 4 viewers, I think, watching now, live, which is good. If you are watching, please make yourself known in the chat. Please share your Doctor Who Adventures memories in the chats. And please like the video as well. That helps a lot. 23 of you here, come on. Just press the button, it doesn't take a lot of effort. There we go. Someone's already liked the video since I said that, which is great. So, anyway, on to the tier list then, So, yeah, we've got the first 50 covers here, as you can see. Which, as I say, I don't own. I don't own any of these. So yeah. But here we go. So let's rank these. I mean, none of them are going to be ending up right at the bottom of the tier list, because they are really good and nostalgic, all of them. I mean, let's take the first issue first of all. Quite an iconic cover. I mean, if you've seen any Doctor Who Adventures cover, you've probably seen this one because, it was the very first one and lots of people sort of shared images of it around and stuff and have it in their collection. I'm going to say it loses a few points for using that image of the TARDIS, which is an image which has been overused far too many times over the years, so it's not going to go in the top category. I mean, it's not one of the best ever covers, I would say, to be honest. It's okay. I think I'm going to put it in the B category, leave some space at the top for some of the really top-notch ones. So next up we have issue 2, purple background, Doctor and Rose, Cat Nun, Novice Haim or whoever it is. It's okay. I mean, again, not one of my absolute favourites, I would say. I'm going to put this maybe just below issue 1, I think. Because obviously all these ones here, as we go through these initial sort of 12, 13 issues, all coincided with an episode of Series 2 on TV. So we've had the New Earth issue. There doesn't seem to be a cover associated with Tooth and Claw, although there is probably can't see, but on that issue 2 cover there is a little glimpse of the host, the werewolf host. So maybe that was the one. And next up, of course, we've got issue 3 with K9 and Sarah Jane on it. I think I'll leave it there again. I mean, it's got K9, so it gets extra points. But I think all of these early covers, they're not the very best ones. I mean, certainly the ones that I remember from like issue 56 onwards, the Series 4 ones, they'd really hit their stride by that point, I think, and they were really popping. So I'm gonna reserve judgment, I think, for some of these later ones. Reserve the space at the top. I mean, next we've got some Sideman ones for the Sideman 2-parter. Yeah, I think so. The first one here, issue 4. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put this below the other ones, probably in category C there, just because it's got a Sideman against a grey background, which isn't too grey, is it really? Whereas issue 5 has a Sideman against a green background, which pops a bit more. So that one, where am I going to put that in? That one or the A category? It can go in the A category. I think that's a pretty good cover. We have the Ood next. The Ood. So, it's all right. I think the B category, just because although the image of the Ood is great, the image of the Doctor there in the background isn't as good. So there we go. Then we're on to the finale already somehow. I hope I haven't missed anything off. So this one with Rose and the Sideman, it's okay, but it's a bit sort of, paint by numbers with the vortex in the background. I think I'm going to put that in the C category. Whereas this one with the Kotaskara, that can go in one of the top 2. I think the A category for now, for that one. With a nice blue background, it does pop, that one. And that was one of 2 covers for that issue, which I believe is issue, what we're on now, 8? Issue 8, yeah. So that one had the Daleks on it. Then they had a Cyberman one as well, which is a bit lazier because it's just basically the same image of the same Cyberman duplicated loads of times. And it's not even that good an image, really. So that can go down in the C category, I think. I don't think... Yeah, I'm not going to put any of them in the D category. But there we go. Hello to everybody watching as well. Just again, hello to everyone that's joined us. We are ranking Doctor Who Adventures covers from the very earliest issues. In the chat, the theory of science, you blanked me. You're asking weird questions that I don't want to answer, so that's why I blanked you. Cyberman Alf remembers, the obsession with having weird foam masks on the front. Well, there were loads of masks on that came with free gifts. I mean, that's something else to mention as well, of course, that all these issues came with free gifts. It would be cool to do a sort of tier list for them as well, but there aren't that good images online of them. I think it would require a bit more effort than finding the covers. And of course, I don't own the free gifts for the first 55 issues. But I do own the ones for the other ones. So, yeah, maybe some other type of content, whether it be a live stream or a video about them, would be nice to kind of go through those free gifts. Because there was some weird stuff, but some great stuff as well, back in the day. As you say, masks of all descriptions, some really bizarre things, but great, really great fun. So next up we have Creepy Creatures. I mean, that is a stellar cover. I think that's got to go in the top category really there. Clockwork Droid, Absorbaloff, Cyber Controller, and Slitheen. You cannot go wrong with that. That's a really good one. We've got Dalek Sec, the 10th Doctor next. I think I'm going to put that in the A category, It's good, but not amazing. I think this one's pretty good here, with the Battle of Canary Wharf, with the Cybermen and the Bronze Daleks on it. That can go in the top category there. With the chat. The answer is no. Theory of Science. Hey, TARDIS Ollie, one of my patrons has arrived. Hello. Great to have you here. I think you can get some of them on eBay. But obviously more in used condition rather than new with the free gifts and stuff. It would be really cool if you could get them with the free gifts still attached. I mean, I think some of them do come with them. And especially if they're in a poly bag, that's good as well for that. I sort of I do feel that. I sort of think from time to time it'd be really great to have the experience of opening these again and opening the free gifts and also to have pristine copies of the issues, because obviously the ones I own, I scribbled in them on the puzzle pages, and I used to get them reserved at one of my local news agents, and they'd always have a little sticker on them with my name on it. So that's sort of annoying. I mean, it's nostalgic, but it's annoying as well because it's not pristine condition. And obviously all of them as well, particularly the earlier ones. I used to cut up the issues, basically cut the posters out or pull the posters out. I used to cut images out of them and make collages and stuff. They're not in pristine condition by any means, my earliest ones. But then there is that sort of nostalgia to it as well. You wouldn't really want to have it any other way, really. It would be nice if somehow you could pick up the pristine issues. Maybe one day, they'll, maybe not reprint these, but maybe do something with the covers, like a coffee table style book made up of all the covers would be really nice. To have them all reprinted, because as well, these covers, they're not all available in high resolution online. So it would be cool if they could sort of do something about that, really, and get them out there. Wow, Hoover Espresso Extra got a massive lot of Doctor Adventures issues, 200 plus apparently. Wow, for £40 last year. That is very, very cool. Sam Fowler, you can get them easily on eBay, he says, even fully sealed. Okay, I'll have to look at that. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a massive expert on it, but the ones I've seen, it can be a bit hit and miss from what I've seen. I mean, there is one issue, actually, that I never got back in the day. It was a Matt Smith issue, which came with a bubble hat. And for whatever reason, my newsagent just didn't get it that week. It used to happen from time to time, and usually they would end up arriving like a few days late. But yeah, for that one, they never got it. I'm not sure why, to be honest. But yeah, I was looking today. It would be cool to go back and buy that one, but they're currently on eBay with the hat attached, and obviously I'd want to get the gift with it. Movie making media. Yeah, Jack, hi, great to have you with us. Jack also used to collect them. Had all 50 first ones. Very, very nice. We have got people in the chat, sort of, by the looks of it, getting onto eBay and having a look. Well, great. Let us know what you find. So, 2 Million Like Head owns the cover of one issue. Oh, right, just the cover. Yeah, because of how bad it is. Like, it had come apart from the rest of the magazine. Yeah, wouldn't have it any other way. And Mr. Who 2005. Hello. Their first issue of Dwa was from June 2010. Oh, cool. So, like, around the time of the Pandora opens, would that be? I can remember around that time they did a sort of a special lenticular cover, didn't they? Where it was like, well, yeah, lenticular had the Doctor on it and a Dalek and Cyberman maybe, and they were in sort of the Pandorica Underhenge chamber. That was really cool, yeah, to sort of coincide with the finale of Series 5. But anyway, we next have this cover, which is sort of, it must have been like when Martha was announced, because it got the announcement photo of her, a Free Measurement with David Tennant there, sort of autumn 2007, I guess, or summer, or whenever it was, August, September. I mean, fair play to them. They've done a good job there with sort of using that image, which isn't the best image, but they've made it look okay. I'm going to put it in the B category, I think. Yeah, that's safe. This one isn't one of my favourites. Weird sort of low angle of a Cyberman there with his fist open. I'm going to put that in... Oh, go on, I'll put it in the D category. Something's got to go down there. This Dalek one is pretty nice, yeah. I'll give it to that. It's nice with the green and the grey, the sort of highlights on it. It's nice. I'm going to put that in... Yeah, that can go in the A column, I think. Or, yeah, the A column. I mean, with all these, I'm trying to think about how I would react if I was a kid looking at these in the newsagents or the supermarket or whatever on the shelf. Try to think of it from that point of view, really. Next up, Slime Time. 10th Doctor Rose and a Slitheen. Purple background. Yeah, it pops quite a bit. It's not bad. I'll put that in the A category. I'll go on. I'll stick it in the top category. That's quite a nice one. Cyber Invasion. It's alright, but I think it's a bit boring just having all the Cyberman, like the side profiles of the Cybermen. So that can go in the B category, I think. It's better than that other Cyberman one where it's literally just the same photo duplicated multiple times. And this one here, this is a good one. That can go in the top category, I think. Sort of like the equivalent of the Radio Times covers for Doomsday, or I'm a Ghost, with the Daleks on one and the Cybermen on the other. This sort of has them both at once, Cyberman and Dalek Sec, against a really great green background with purple bits as well. It really pops. Yeah, I think that the best covers are the ones that really pop, and that you would, you'd really sort of want to buy if you were looking at these in a shop. Oh yeah, Hooven Espresso Extra. Remembers the time they had an explosive clock or torch once, and they replaced it with a 3D cover. Yeah, so that's isn't that a thing where they I do remember this. I remember it happening. I think it was in the Matt Smith era. I know that for the first Matt Smith issue, they had a TARDIS clock on the front. And then there was an issue later down the line where they had a torch, which I don't know if it was both of those or one of them. I'm leaning towards the torch. I felt there was an issue with the torch, or possibly the clock as well. Because obviously those products both required batteries. It didn't come with batteries, but they required batteries. And yeah, I remember at the time there was something weird with those where they had to like recall them or something, or I don't know what they did, or they had to like advise you binned them or whatever. I mean, I didn't. I've still got mine. I probably just took the batteries out and thought, I won't use it. Yeah, that was a weird memory now. You sort of reminded me of with those. Time Lash 2 used to love the little posters that came with these. Yes. Their old bedroom walls were absolutely covered in them. I know that exact feeling. When I got my first issue, I took out practically every poster that was in there. I've since gone back and put the posters back in for some of the issues, because I used to take them all out, and then keep them separately. So I've sort of gone back and reunited each issue with the poster that it came from, because yeah, I was exactly the same, particularly the center posters right in the middle, where you could just pull them out, with the staples. You just pulled it out, the center pages. They were always great and really easy to stick up on your wall. It was absolutely fantastic, those posters. And it was before the internet was so prolific and social media and things. I mean, those images are that was Doctor Who back in the day, for a kid. Those images in the magazine, not just the posters as well, just the covers, the articles, all these images. You might see images that you'd never seen before for the first time in Doctor Who Adventures, whereas these days, you see them all online first. It was a different time. It was a different time back in the 2000s. It really was. Yeah, it was so exciting as a kid, to discover information about the episodes in that way, and to see these new images and these posters, and to be surprised. It was a really great experience. I mean, you can't really recreate today, sadly, just because of how things have changed. But yeah. There we go. Next up, we've got an Ood cover. It's a better Ood cover than the other Ood cover, the purpley one. So it's going higher than that. I was trying to work out though, is that 10th Doctor image from the right story? Because if not, it loses points. I can't quite. I want to say no. I want to say in the Satan Pit and Impossible Planet, he wore a brown open shirt with a t-shirt or something. I don't think he had a blue shirt, blue collar. So it perhaps loses a few points for that. But nevertheless, I'll stick it in the A category, Stick it in there. Yes, Hooven Espresso Extra. The Kid Slime. Yeah, they used to sell so much slime in this magazine on the front of it. Little pots. I think the first one that I got, it was it must have been around the time of Planet of the Ood, and it was a little pot of slime, and I think it had eyes. Oh, that's right. I think the eyes came separately, so little red, squidgy eyes, which were meant to be Ood eyes. So they were in this red, squidgy material. I think what I did was then combine them, so I stuck the eyes into the pot of goo, so they were amongst it, and put the lid on and left it for a bit, and then I came back to it, years later down the line, and all the slime had dried up. It was all green, obviously, little bits of green solid slime, but the eyes were still there, so I salvaged them from out of the mess. Oh my gosh, yeah. And yeah, Doctor Adventures, nothing will beat the little cartoons in the magazines by Ben Morris. Yeah, It was only fairly recently, actually, that I realised that it was Ben who did those. Because again, they were a huge part of the magazine. They used to do little stickers with them on, didn't they? The little people, little stylised people, characters from the show in that little style, and they used to feature them on the pages as well. Yeah. That was a huge part of it. They were really, really great. Okay, so we think it was the thing with the torch and the clock was that they had reports of people getting burned by the torch because it had overheated. Right. And reports of the clock setting on fire. I shouldn't laugh at that, but yikes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will be sure to never stick batteries in my torch or clock that came with Doctor Adventures ever again. Thank you for the reminder there. Sam Fowler can't wait for the next issue of Doctor Who magazine because of the Battles in Time article. Doing an article about trading cards. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Keep your eye on that. It's going to be a good article, I think. And yeah, he's very pleased that they picked 2007 for the next Chronicles issue. Yeah, totally. Let's bring that up, actually. Doctor Who Chronicles 2007. Yeah, it's really great they've done this. There we go. Well, it's not a very great image of it, actually, but there we go. Yeah, they're doing that for the next issue of Doctor Who Chronicles, which is really great for fans of a certain age, because all the issues so far obviously have been about like Classic Who, like the 1983 one, the 1975 one, the 1965 one. So yeah, some new series representation. We love to see it. We love to see it. There's the stream. Stream within a stream. So, and yeah, we've got about 14 people watching, and all of them have liked by the look of it, which is very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, please do like the video if you're watching this, if you're enjoying it, and also consider becoming a channel patron on Patreon via the link in the description. If you haven't already, of course. So, we are now towards the end of Series 2, I think. 2006, I should say. With the Runaway Bride cover. I mean, that's a great cover with the Doctor and Donna and Santa's coming on the front and little robot Santa. That's going on the top level, I think. Likewise, this one of the 10th Doctor and the Rachnos, it's pretty good. I think I'll stick that in the A category, do I want to do that? Maybe in the B category, actually. Maybe in the B category, just because it's a bit of a weird one. But it's not bad. We have got next up our first sort of Series 1 themed Doctor Who Adventures cover with Rose and a Dalek and Bad Wolf as the tagline. It's a pretty good cover. I think it belongs there in the A category. Maybe B, I don't know. Maybe the B category, actually, for that one. Yeah, I think I'll put this one above it, which is the Emperor Dalek with a load of Daleks underneath him. That's really cool. And here we go. That's a great one as well. That's going straight to the top. The Doctor and Martha. That's a better cover than the other Doctor and Martha cover. I mean, it's better images, to be fair. They didn't have those images available back when the first one came out, but yeah, that's a much nicer one. Sycorax Rock, next up. It's alright, that one. I think probably B or C. I think the B category for that one. Just because it's a bit sort of lackluster. Similar thing with this one. This must have been like the Series 3 launch issue. just a slightly weird composition with that image of David Tennant, where his face like takes up most of the space, and then Martha's just there in the background, really tiny, and the background, the sort of grey background, isn't too exciting. That can go in the C category, I think. Yeah. Just reading the chats. Mr. Who 2005. Who remembers the toy adverts of the figures in the magazines? Yeah, they used to feature a load of character options stuff. They were always doing big giveaways. One of the things I remember most is like when they do bumper giveaways, they'd have like a massive haul of stuff from character that character had just passed on to them. Like, I don't know, a remote control Dalek, like a full wave of figures, some of the 4-packs as well. Time Squad, just Micro Universe, all that stuff thrown in, and they used to do like massive bumper giveaways where they'd give it all away to one lucky winner. Yeah, I wonder if that one lucky winner still has all that stuff, whether they've sold it all, or I don't know. But yeah, that was hugely exciting, even just to see the photos of all that stuff on the same page laid out, together. Never mind winning it, just to see those images of it and to learn about the new products in that way, and with these adverts and the competitions and things. Again, it's very different to how these days, you have your press releases and your images across social media and all that sort of stuff. Just a different way of doing it, really. Yeah. I got some discussion about spin-offs in the chat. Hooven Espresso Extra, looking forward to the article on Sarah Jane adventures in the Chronicles magazine. Oh, is there going to be an article on SJA? I hadn't realised that. I suppose it makes sense if it's 2007. It's a good choice actually, 2007 for a magazine like that, because it was sort of the height of Doctor Who's powers, I think, really. Some people say 2008, Series 4. Yeah, that was the sort of end game in terms of everything returning for the finale, for the Stolen Earth, all the companions and stuff. But in terms of the figures and stuff, if you look at how many figures were released in 2007, they had Series 3 figures, Series 2 figures and Series 1 figures all on sale at once. They had all these exclusives and sets and things. Because, by that point, they had 3 seasons to go off, like 2 seasons and then like a new season coming out that year. A massive back catalogue of characters and monsters to sell on stuff, basically, in Doctor Adventures, on the cover, or on, as figures, or on pencil cases or whatever, all that sort of stuff, all those assets, all those characters and monsters. So it was a great time. It was just the cusp, really, of me becoming a fan. It was just before I became a fan, 2007. But certainly from looking back at stuff from that era, it's very evident, really, that was the time. No wonder. Even though I missed the hype in 2007 itself, no wonder that it wasn't too long after that I got caught up in the whole thing, really. I suppose it's bound to happen eventually. Doctor Who was just everywhere back then. Just everywhere, really. Yeah. So, Series 3 covers now. Let's rattle through these. So, Judude on the Moon. It's alright. I think that belongs in the A or B. That can go... no, I'll say on the B category. I think there are better ones than that. Dalek Danger. It's alright, I guess. I think those are like Series 2 images of the Cult of Skaro, though, I believe. So, a bit lazy. Or lazy. It's a bit of a weird cover as well. I think they could have made the Daleks pop more there. I'm going to put that in... Put it in the C column. This one here with Dalek Sec Hybrid, that's pretty decent. That can go in the A category, I think. We've got Lazarus Experiment 1 here with the Lazarus Monster and David in his tux. That can go in... I'll leave that in the A category. I think that's pretty decent. This one is going straight to the top. The Scarecrow one, yeah, that really pops with that yellow background. It's a really good one, that one. And I mean, it's a similar thing really for this Family of Blood one. Yeah, I'm going to stick that up there as well, I think. Just again, the characters really pop against the white background, and it's a really decent composition, really. Oh well, it's a bit of a weird one. David Tennant's just sort of there in the foreground, it just looking off to the side. He's there, but it just about works. Super Scary Shocks with the Doctor, Jack, and Martha. I'm gonna say, I think B for that one. I think B. It's one of those weird ones where, and it is a bit over the years. I mean, some of the ones here you can see it where they had the characters sort of overlapping over the magazine title, like the text at the top of adventures, and sometimes that worked, and sometimes it didn't really. I mean, like there, for example, the Judoon one just next to it, the Judoon captain's head there covers like half of the adventures text on the top. Hey-ho. The Master making his Doctor Adventures debut next. This one here, big Master head. That can go. I mean, it's all right, but not. I wouldn't say one of the best ever. That can go in B, I think. Yeah. And then next one up. I believe this is Miles's first issue. From the videos we've done in the past about things like this, so that can go in the top. It is a good cover, you know, with 3 monsters there. Nice sort of slime green background and then purple as well. I mean, quite a few of the ones on the top actually have this sort of green and purple colour scheme going on. And it works. It works, especially with these scary monsters. Scarecrow, Weeping Angel, and Dalek Sack. That's a good cover. In fact, we've got some good ones coming up actually. Just looking at these ones along the bottom. And that Scarecrow one is pretty good, but I'm going to leave it in the A column, I think, just because it's a bit boring just having the Scarecrows by themselves, you know. It's a bit dull. This one with the Doctor and the Dalek, I really like that. That's going to the top. You know, blue background, your gold of your Dalek, the Doctor there as well. What more could you want, really? It's a good one. Another really great use of a yellow background here with the Carrie Knights. Again, I'm going to stick that at the top because I do like that tone of yellow that they use. They use it quite a lot over the years. I mean, practically every cover has it in some form, really. It's not the background every time, but they sort of have little box outs, little circles or bubbles that are in that colour. Yeah, it's weird looking back how they use colours and how the same sort of colours always crop up again. If you look at these sort of, you know, the overview of colours, of covers, sorry. Let's take a look at the chat. Alright, so it does confirm in Doctor Who magazine, yes, that there is an article about the Sarah Jane Adventures and also about Doctor Who Confidential in the 2007 Chronicles issue. Fantastic. Yeah, Whovian Espresso Extra, I do have to admit, I love the Series 3 covers. Yeah, they're good ones. I mean, for me, you know, the Series 4 ones are the ones, because I wasn't a fan at this time, you know, that was when I started. They are the ones that are really ingrained in my mind, and you know, we'll get onto them in a future stream, perhaps, if we continue with this for the other issues. But yeah, there we go. Oh, so apparently the Yellow Scarecrow issue, according to Hoover Espresso Extra, was indeed one of the highest selling Doctor Who Adventures issues, which is cool. I did not know that. So we've next got Don't Even Blink with a Weeping Angel there and the TARDIS. It's pretty decent. That can go. I'll stick that in B. I think it's all right, but not amazing. That's a pretty good one there. That can go in the top, I think. This one of the Doctor, his blue suit, his jacket, and the TARDIS in the background. It's now getting quite tall, this tier list. Not too many more to go now. About 10 more, I think. We have a baby Slitheen bursting out of the cover of this one. Again, that yellow background making another appearance. It's alright, but not one of my absolute favourites. That probably in the B column, to be honest, for that. This one here with Professor Yana and Chantho, I like that. I like that a lot. That can go in the A column, I think. Very striking Dalek cover there. That's really great. Possibly a slightly weird image there. Put that in the A category, I think. This one here, this is the first time, I was looking through these, this is the first time this issue that they had Doctors other than David Tennant on the cover. I was going to say classic Doctors, but of course I'm just realising, looking at these, they hadn't had Chris Eccleston on a cover before this point. So yeah, if you look closely, they've got the 10th Doctor, obviously in the foreground, then Christopher Eccleston behind him, sort of glowing blue, like a ghost or a hologram or something, and then Tom Baker and Peter Davison as well. So really sort of starting to branch out into the past of the show. And I looked at the date for this one, and it does make sense because this issue went out around the same time as Children in Need in November 2007. And obviously that was when Peter Davison came back for Time Crash. But yeah, just by virtue of the fact that one contains classic Doctors, it's going in the top, and it's a great composition as well. It's a slightly bizarre composition, but it works. It works. Now, I can imagine as a child sort of seeing that and thinking, who are they, and discovering about those past Doctors that way. That would be really cool. Lovely Christmassy one here with the Robot Santas. That can go in the top. That's really nice, the sort of turquoisey background. Then a 10th Doctor one with the Heavenly Host. It's alright. I'm going to put that in the A category, I think. Just it's a bit lazy with your Doctor in the foreground, then a few hosts behind him. But it's just like the same host duplicated a couple of times, Bit lazy. We've got a massive Banner Cafalata themed cover going on here for the next one. That can go... I mean, it's a slightly weird composition. That can go in B, I think. I mean, I do like Banner Cafalata, but it's a bit weird how big his face is there. Sort of squidging Max Capricorn and the Doctor out of the way. Another Dalek Cyberman cover there. I think I prefer the other one, the green one that's in the top category. So that one can go in B again, I think there. It's not the best one ever. Down to our final three now of this particular bunch of covers. So this is a weird one. Next up, I was looking back through these, and apparently, if you look here, this is like a whole, I don't know, however many months before Series 4 started. It must be like 3 months maybe, or end of 2007, start of 2008, one of the two. Can't quite remember. But yeah, that they had an image of a new Sontaran that early, which is weird looking back, and it made it onto the cover. Dan Starkey there as Commander Score. But even so, it's not the best image ever. I'm going to put that in the B category, I think. But it's weird to think that images like that were doing the rounds as early as that. I was kind of a bit freaked out to see a Series 4 monster on a cover that early. There you go. So on to our final two now. I think both of these are winners. They can both go in the top categories. We've got Two Doctors, Time Crash cover there with a lovely purple background, and Top 50 Fright to celebrate 50 issues of the magazine with Dalek Sec Hybrid, an Ood, and that infamous yellow background, which always makes things pop. So there we have it. 50 issues, the first 50 issues, I should say, of Doctor Who Adventures ranked, or the covers rather. There we have it. I'm pretty satisfied with that, I think. Yeah. Just looking through, I don't think there's anything I've particularly missed. In the bottom three categories, that seems about right to me. And yeah, the very best there up at the top. So let's turn to the chat. And maybe just do 10 minutes of questions if anyone has any questions for the chat. Sam Little. Hello, Sam. Sam says, when will you do an update video for your collection and your room? Yeah, it's on the list. It's just one of those things where I need to commit to it, really. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen this year. Maybe even this month. Who knows? Well, within the next month, I would say. Not long to wait. I will get on with that. So there we go. Lewis Conroy, hello. We have finished. We finished the first 50 issues of Doctor Who Adventures ranked there, as you can see. Just going to do the first 50 issues today, then maybe the next 50 issues another day, and there we go. Just keep on going until we've got through them all, really. We're just doing questions now, really. Questions and general thoughts and wrapping up. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these in the future. It's certainly an easy-ish thing to do. I'd like to do more content about the magazine. Maybe get out all of my old issues and do a sort of Doctor Adventures collection video. Maybe split up into multiple parts because there are a lot of issues. Definitely something as well about the free gifts. I'd love to go back through the free gifts and just take another look at them and sort of see, sort the best ones from the worst ones and all that sort of stuff, and just see what we make of them all sort of a decade or so on. Alex Rooney, hello. What would you say your favourite Sega Nakanola episode score would be from the current era? I'd probably say his best episode is either Village of the Angels or Revolution of the Daleks. Okay. Village of the Angels, it's not one that I jump to, actually. I mean, there's some great stuff in there in terms of weird sounds, like that weird siren-y sound they have for the Angels as part of their theme. That's just brilliant. But in terms of melodies and stuff, and more traditional stuff, it's not one that I would jump to in that regard. So I would probably say, oh gosh, what would I say? Well, from Series 11, I would probably say best score from Series 11, maybe Demons of the Punjab, or Rosa is pretty good as well. Got a soft spot for the Battle of Ranskov Kolos for that score, although it's not really until the final sort of 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the episode where the score really gets going, I'd say, or at least the second half. Resolution is a good one for that. Spyfall Part 1 is a pretty good score as well. And The Timeless Children, yeah, probably The Timeless Children, I would say, actually, is his best one. Because you've got all the favourites in there, the Master's theme, the Cyberman theme, the Time Lord theme, all those things, and 13's theme, obviously, as well. I mean, in terms of Flux, I know what I'd say for Flux. I'd say Once Upon a Time for Flux. It's both my favourite episode and my favourite score from Flux. Just because it's got that sort of really great sense of momentum to it. You know, it sort of moves from one thing to another, not sort of overly quickly, but, you know, you're never in one place for too long, and so that allows for loads of different styles and different character themes and different, you know, different stuff. And it has a real sense of momentum, like I say. So yeah, I would say that from the current era. You know, things like of current series, sorry, and things like Vinder's theme in there. You know, you got Belle's theme as well. I mean, they are both beautiful and fantastically used and just great. Yeah, so I'd say that one really, and in, you know, Swarm's theme and Dan's theme and all the other ones as well. Yeah, they all sort of come together in the episode, and it's really nice. Let's take a drink. Mr. Doctor Who 96, hello. Thanks for the kind words there. Glad you're enjoying the streams. Yes, Alex, I agree. Something Revolutionary is a highlight from the Revolution score. Very, just very different, really, in terms of the sort of dubsteppy thing going on with the Dalek theme, and also that sort of weird little motif for the government as well. Sort of slimy. Yeah, it's like between a couple of notes, isn't it? The bit right at the start and towards the end as well. It's a good one. Great question there from Doctor Adventures. On the topic of the magazine, what would be a good free gift you could have got for the latest era? That's a great question. So if the magazine was still going today, what could they have given away themed around the most recent episodes? Okay. Let's have a think about this. What could they have given away? Trying to think. This is a difficult question. Oh crikey, crumbs. I don't know. Maybe something themed around one of the monsters, like a Carvanista thing. Well, they'd have to do stuff with Carvanista, like a little Carvanista stationery set or something. You know, they would so have done that. Like a little rubber with his face on it, and a pencil case and all that sort of stuff, and a pencil, ruler. I'm trying to think of any sort of gadgets they could have recreated and sold. Because like back in the day, they did weird things like the watch that Donna wears in Turn Left. They did that. They did the little beetle as well on her back, the time beetle, and things like that. I think as well they might have done a watch from Planet of the Ood, like the watch that Mr. Halpin wears or something like that. Bizarre, but they did it and it worked. Is there anything like that I can think of? Is there anything? Maybe there isn't. Maybe like yeah, I suppose you could have. It's not particularly interesting, but like the little hologram thing that Yaz has in Survivors of the Flux, or what else could you do like that? Is there anything else? Can't quite think of anything really. Or like anything themed around the Sontarans, maybe. Maybe like something themed around the probic vents. Could they get slime in there somehow? Some sort of probic vent slime thing. Something like that. I mean, let's go back through series 11 and 12 as well. Let's extend this to those series. Series 12, you could do TCE, Tissue Compression Eliminator, the Master's device. You could do maybe something Jadoon themed, a Jadoon horn. That'd be fun. I mean, obviously the Fugitive Doctor, she'd get her own stationery set and like notebook and whatever. What else could you do? I don't know really. It's a difficult one, but I'm sure there is stuff that they could do. I mean, from series 11, they could do like the spiders from series 11. Well, then again, would that be a wise choice? People probably wouldn't buy it if they stuck spiders on the front, but they could do it, I suppose. Or, oh my god, like a little pating. They'd have to do a pating, like a little plushie or a little squidgy thing made out of like squidgy material or something, or just, yeah. The pating would have got so much merchandise in this magazine if it had still been around. Yeah. It would, the pating would have been front and centre on one of the covers, well, at least one of the covers. It would have enjoyed some time in the limelight, I think it's fair to say. 2 million like head. Where is the Carvanista figure? I need one of them in my life. God, I wish. Yeah, character, please give us some current era figures this year. That'd be nice. Yeah, Alex, I'm with you there. I'm with you there about the Flux album. It was really great to have the album for the most recent series, the music, the soundtrack. It'll be really nice, but doesn't look to be happening anytime soon, sadly. Yeah, I agree with you about the fan theme and also about something revolutionary as well. Yeah. So let's wind this up. We have ranked the first 50 issues of Doctor Adventures today, or at least the covers of them. And there they are. Obviously, it goes without saying probably, but I'll put the link in the chat below as well, for you to do your own one of these if you want to make your own tier list. You can do that. I'll just find the link. Where is it? There it is. Let's just stick it. Oh yeah, I forgot that my window is still visible. Up to daisy, not that. Stick it in the chat there. Yeah, so if you want to do your own tier list thing for this, if that floats your boat, then do go ahead. And yeah, like I say, we'll do more of these perhaps in the future if there's demand for them, if this does well. Moving through the eras of Doctor Adventures and moving on to some of the ones I actually own, that'd be nice. So very quickly, Tyler Bolton, hello. What season do you want for the next collection box set? I'd be happy with season 22, which is what's rumoured basically. Colin Baker's first season. If not that, then like Key to Time would be great to have, season 16. Just I haven't seen any of it yet, so that'd be really great to sort of tick that off. Or a 60s one, probably. That's what I'd say at the moment. Or season 21 as well. Do I mean that? No, I mean season 20. Well, season 21 as well. But yeah, one of those two Peter Davison seasons. They've both been rumoured. I mean, particularly season 20 has been rumoured for a long time. So yeah, I'd probably say either 22, 21, 20, 16, or a 60s one is what I would say to that. But yeah, anyway, let's wrap this up now. Let's end the stream. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this on this lovely Wednesday afternoon. Please do check out the link in the description if you want to support me on Patreon. That'd be very much appreciated. Just $1.50 a month if that floats your boat. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. And if I can just, I don't want to do that, find the other window to end this, then there we go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and bye.